Hello, beautiful people. It's me again on 101 with Prince Mauzi. It's been quite a long time since I've been off your screen. I'm so glad to be on your screen again after this long period. So, today we are going to talk on an interesting topic that has to do with student experience at the university. And with me in the studio, I have Oleg. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Oleg. I am a student of Western IT University, computer science major.
Okay, so as usual, don't forget we always do our ritual, which has to do with subscribing. So if you're joining us for the first time on this amazing show, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment, please. We need this subscription just to keep this show going, and it will not cost you anything. Just hit the subscription button down below, and then your support will reach to us. So don't forget to do that. All right. Okay, thank you for subscribing to this show, and we dive into this amazing moment. So the first question I have here is, can you share a specific moment during your student life that significantly shaped who you are today?
Well, I think that this is really interesting question, and it was really hard to define the single answer.
Okay.
But I think that for me personally, it was participating in academic mobility program.
Okay.
I went to Istanbul, met a lot of new people from different countries and cultures, and I think that this exact experience shaped my personality because I've changed my mind on a lot of different things, and I think that now I am more open-minded than ever.
You know, I think traveling to other countries had to, has a way of contributing to change of life academically, because I can actually compare academic pattern in my hometown, in my home country, Nigeria, compared to that of here. All right. So coming here is actually a great opportunity for me because a lot has really changed. Things I thought I knew back then, I realized that I actually did not know them. Like, I have learned quite a number of things. I have realized a lot of mistakes I made in the past, believing that I actually knew some things and I didn't. Okay, so it has really shaped my life in one way or the other amazingly. Seriously. So, yeah, I agree that, maybe leaving your country once in a while to see other cultures, other academic styles, and all that contributes a whole lot in someone's journey as
You're right.
it is. Okay, so the second question is, what has been the biggest challenge you have faced as a student, and how did you overcome it?
I think that the biggest challenge I've ever had in my life as a student was deciding and choosing the university I should apply to.
Okay.
And each time you are thinking about that, every time you realize that probably you've made a wrong decision, but then you realize that that decision was perfect and the only one you could only choose. So actually for me, studying here is a pleasant experience, and I guess that Aston IT University gave me a lot of memories and emotions, so yeah, I love it.
Well, in my own case, the biggest challenge I have faced so far as a student has been mathematics. Because in my country, we had this, should I say had, or still have, this thing where high school is divided into three. We have the commercial department, and we have the science department, and we have the art department. Now, we art students, we believe we don't really need mathematics. While some students who naturally love mathematics can concentrate and do mathematics and all that. But in my own case, I'm not a fan of mathematics. I've never been a fan of mathematics. So I didn't pay attention back then and all that. So I didn't know that I would meet it in the future. So all my mind has been, I want to be a filmmaker. Filmmakers don't need mathematics and all that and all that. Even if you go to study theater art or you study journalism and all that, you don't need mathematics. And so coming down here has been the most life-threatening moment for me, because I struggle a lot to figure out how to pass my mathematics subject, because I didn't have the basic foundation on mathematics. So coming to do advanced mathematics in the university is so challenging.
Yeah, like derivatives, integration and stuff. Yeah.
So like I don't know. I wish there is something I can actually do to get rid of mathematics in my life. You know, at that moment where you're like, okay, is there not something else that can be done just to forget about mathematics? But the thing is, the more I think that way, the more I try to like pray it away, the more it comes heavily, the more it's like, bro, you can't do without mathematics. Mathematics will have to go round your life. You need to solve it. You need to chew it. You need to make it part of you and all that. So it's been the most challenging moment for me as a student. You know that?
Yeah, I think that yeah, for some students find mathematics really difficult, and all these problems that you've never seen and now you're facing them.
Yeah.
That could cause a lot of stress and stuff. But still, we have a phrase that mathematics is a queen of all sciences. And I do agree on that idea. I believe that mathematics is vital and really important subject for every major, because math shapes your mindset. It teaches you that each problem can be solved, and the way you think depends on your mathematical background.
Exactly.
I think that we could call people stupid in case they don't understand math, because math is too vital for understanding a lot of things like physics, chemistry, and so on.
Okay. Okay. So number 3 question here is, how do you balance academic responsibilities with personal life and extracurricular activities?
Yeah, thanks for the question. Well, I believe that my previous academic experience helped me a lot. I'm a student of Nazarbayev Intellectual School, and almost all the topics we are covering now, we have covered before during my high school, especially math. It helps a lot, but still I was really lazy student. And as you have already mentioned, that you didn't try to study math during your school, and I think I was the same student. I just attended the classes, I solved practice tasks, maybe I got like 50% or something, and I thought that I'm not gonna need math anymore, but still, when I came here, I realized that I am really interested in machine learning and data analytics, and mathematics is vital for my CV and for my future job. So that's why I started interested in mathematics, and currently I have A star in statistics, and so I'm really proud of that.
Okay, the thing is, when I was in high school, I had 2 friends. I'm using the word "had" now because I don't think we're friends anymore. I had 2 friends, and after high school, we're like, okay, what's next? And they said they're gonna get an admission into the university, which they did. I think the one I took as my best friend got admitted into Lagos State university as an accountant.
Mm.
So he went to read accounting, while the other one went into banking. I didn't bother about, being part of them because I've always told myself I don't want to study in my country. Like I want to travel out to study filmmaking because filmmaking in Nigeria is a big deal.
Yeah.
Like it's competitive. If you're not up to what they're doing when it comes to the creativity part of it, you cannot be there. You cannot belong there. So I've always told myself I don't want to, study in this country. I would like to travel out. So they were just pushing me. No, just get something, even if it's part time. Just do something. I'm like, no. So I was at home doing menial jobs and all that. They went to the university. They graduated. They came out. And sometimes their parents will be like, "Why, Collins? Why didn't you do this? You should have done this. By now you would have graduated. Try to get a better job and all that." And then the next thing that happened was I got married. So now coming back to this question now, yes, my dream of traveling out to study my dream course came to pass. Okay, but the balance here is I struggle to balance that aspect of me being married, leaving my wife behind, leaving my son behind, and then I am here. Now they need attention, they need care, they need support. So I'm trying to balance that part of me of trying to concentrate as a student and then try to know or figure out how they are faring back home. And then, from time to time, women will always be women. From time to time, joke comes up and all that. Babe, you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to send us money. You're supposed to do this. And in as much as it comes up like a joke or she meant it, that we're human. We will always think about it. Dude, this is supposed to be your duty. It's supposed to be your job to take care of your family and all that and that. So with the challenge of how things are actually going here, you're trying to balance the dormitory payment, you're trying to balance some sort of one payment or the other and all that, drags one crazy. So it's quite challenging trying to balance these things and all that. Sometimes you get into the academic grade because when teacher is trying to explain some things and it looks like you're paying attention, but at the same time you're lost in thoughts and you're you're thinking about your family, you're thinking about one thing, and somewhere you ask yourself, what am I actually doing? Is this actually the right decision? Coming down here, leaving everyone behind and all that and all that. So it's quite challenging, but I just thank God that in one way or the other, I have been managing it. I've been trying to pull my shit together and make things work,
Yeah, actually, I think that I'm being inspired by people such as you, because you have family behind that you should provide, and still you're trying to balance living your dream and providing your family, and I think that that was really hard decision for you to leave your family behind and start filmmaking major. That's cool.
Okay, so the fourth one is, what are some of the most important lessons you have learned from your failures or setbacks as a student?
Well, I think that this is a really important idea for everyone, is that actually giving up is not the solution to every problem. I know a lot of students that have failed their courses. They thought that their life is almost finished, that they're gonna end up being homeless and stuff. I think that we as humans, during all our history, we were trying to make our life and a life of next generation easier. But still, each generation, we are facing different problems, but we shouldn't give up on them. We should just continue living. And sometimes we fail, but sometimes we are trying to push in our limits, and we can ace each goal we have. And also, we should understand that failing is definitely experience, and there is a saying that you will never learn anything from victories, only from your failures. So that's why it's important to fail sometimes, because they shape your like personal values. Sometimes they change them, and yeah.
You know, while you were speaking, something dropped on my mind that I think I have actually learned a lot from my, I wouldn't say failures, but setbacks.
Mm.
If I had gotten an admission while I was in my country, I think I wouldn't have done well. I will not do well.
Mm. So, did you apply for any Nigerian universities?
No, I did not even try.
Mm.
I was just like, I just shut it out. Even when families were talking to me about it, I just shut everything. It was not penetrating. They were like, you need to go to school, and I'm like, no. But you know, I think that if I see it as setback, because I was supposed to go to school maybe from 2000, I graduated from high school 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine 2012 down to this moment, how many years in between I have
12.
been off school. So the setback, the space is actually huge. So when I came here, it took me the first trimester to like open the brain back. The brain was just trying to like, warm up, try to like restart. It's like an engine that I've shut down and then you're trying to like revamp the engine back to life, bring it back to life, activate it, make it start functioning again. That was what happened to me. So everything was shut down. So now all the academic grade failures I had was, I think it actually happened when I can take decisions on my own without families telling me or mounting pressures on me that you're supposed to, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Now, I'm a man of my own, then talk to myself and tell myself, okay, bro, you failed. So you need to dust your ass and then move on. If not, you will suffer because you're going to be the one to pay for it. Your mom is not going to pay for it. Your family is not going to pay for it. The payment comes from your pocket. Mm-hmm. So if you don't sit tight, you keep paying and all that. So that is a lesson that is keeping me going right now. To work hard, because if I don't work hard, I pay for it. Unlike if it were to be back then, I would tell myself, if I don't work hard, even if I fail, I have family members, I have maybe church members who can actually support me financially to just keep going. But here, it's just me. No member, no family, no friend. Just me. Bro, if you fail, it's on you. If you pass, it's on you. So this is something I have learned, and I appreciate it so much that it actually happened at the right time for me, I think.
Yeah, and getting a bachelor here takes like 3 years. So in case you're not gonna work hard, that means that you wasted this time and you could work for 3 years more. So
talking about that 3 years, I'm this kind of a person that I consider age journey in life. I always measure my journey in life with my age. Always tell myself, okay, by the time I clock 30, 35 or 40, I should be here. This is what I should achieve and all that. So I've told myself, when I came here, I got here December 14th, 2 days to my birthday, and that birthday was 33. So I told myself, I'm going to spend 3 years on this course. So if I don't do well, that means I have wasted 3 years of my age on this. That's 36 years of my life still going around the circle, confused, and still trying to figure out what the life. No, that is not a good plan for a man at all. If by 36 years you're still figuring out what to do with your life, something is wrong somewhere. So I always sit myself down to say, okay, by this time, like I have told myself, by 40, this is, if I don't have this in my life by 40, dude, you're useless. So I walk my ass out. I try to like sit up and sit tight at every given time to make sure that I meet up that target at 40. So this journey of me coming here, taking this course by this time, is part of my plan of by 40, I should be able to achieve this. I should be able to achieve. So 2 things I laid down that, three things. Say by 40, I should achieve this by 40. I have achieved 2. The first was marriage. I should be able to get married and have my children. And the second is I should get admission outside my country, Nigeria, to study my dream course, film. That's 2. So the third one is on the way. So this is how I plan my life and all that. So if I don't make it in these 3 years, I have failed. I have failed the first one, which is marriage, because the marriage will suffer. So this second one is also like a pillar to the first one, marriage. And then the last one should be like the roofing of this whole plan. I should be able to say, okay, bro, you have tried. Now begin to invest. Do you get the point now? So that's
life here is really traditional, and it's like a goal that every person sets here, that you should get married before 30, you should get your own house before 30, and you should get car before 30. In case you achieved each one of them, that means that you are succeeding in your life. But in case you don't have a car, you don't have a job, you're living with your parents, that means that you're a loser. So, yeah.
Okay, so the fifth one is, how do you handle the pressure and stress that comes with being a student?
Yeah, that's a big problem in each university, because every time a teacher sets a deadline or you're having exams, you're gonna feel a lot of pressure on you and a lot of stress. So I think that the only cure for me is meeting with my friends. Sometimes we are just communicating by Discord or like WhatsApp, Telegram, but sometimes we are meeting face to face. And I believe that my friends and my family, they help me a lot when I need to get calm. Because sometimes it's almost like a panic or something, because you're thinking that in case you're failing this course, you're gonna have to pay 100,000 tenge to retake the course, and it's like frightening, because you can spend that money on different things.
Yeah, of course.
Like at least you can save them for the future, and wasting them on retaking course, which you have already taken, is really something I would like to avoid. Yeah.
It's really crazy,
Yeah, in Nazarbayev University, all the retakes are free, but here you have to pay for them. And I think it would be better in case we could avoid that, and maybe not just asking teachers to increase the mark or reevaluate their work, but still it would be better in case we could choose the only subjects we want to study and ignore the others, because currently the world is changing, and in case you're taking too much subjects, you're gonna waste your time. You could get like work experience or something, but at least we are studying for 3 years here. but the industry is changing. For example, neural networks. We are studying here for 3 years, and maybe in 1 year, artificial intelligence is going to replace all our works that we were likely to apply to. So I think that we should graduate as fast as possible, and yeah, it's really scary to waste your life on studying unnecessary things. As you said, mathematics is a subject you don't need, then why do you study it?
You know, I asked that question a couple of times to different people, and they were like, okay, I have to do mathematics because this is an IT university, so we need to have a little bit of an IT part of, you know, life, if I'll say it that way. Irrespective of your major and all that, you need to have an IT knowledge because the world is really evolving now. So because of that, if when the future comes and you find yourself in an IT environment, you should be able to also function, not say, I don't have an idea of this, so I can't function here. So wherever you find yourself, whether IT environment or the media environment, you should be able to function anywhere, wherever the future leads and all that. I said, okay, there's no problem. I have to give it a shot, though I don't have basic knowledge on anything that has to do with IT, like the programming and the mathematics thing, but I can give it a shot. But that is not my major target. And that my major target is to come out and be a good film producer or a film director. That has been the vision, that has been the dream, something I've started practicing from my home country. You know, making, like, I have about, I think, 3 movies. I was part of the crew that made those 3 movies, and they are on Netflix.
So, really?
Yeah, on Netflix with my name on it as one of the crew members. So imagine you started off that career and you were like, okay, you want to start making something of your own as a director or start producing your own, and then you come here, it looks like your vision is being shifted from being a filmmaker to being a programmer. Because that is what the thing was looking like and other. So, but the pressure on my own end is the pressure of, you know, when you think you have your own space where you wake up anytime you like, you go out anytime you like, and here because you have lectures, you have classes, and you have to wake up at a particular time just to meet up for your lectures and all that. I had there's this preacher, T.D. Jakes, yeah, that is his name. So he said something. He was preaching sometimes ago, and he was saying something that there was a time in his life that he felt like giving up. He felt like not waking up in the morning, going to church, or doing the same thing over and over. And so I had that message like many years ago. It was when I got here that I remembered that message. I said, now I understand what this man was saying at that particular time. Because at some point when I wake up in the morning, I just sit on that bed. I'm like, doing the same thing again. The same thing I did yesterday. I had to just wake up, brush my teeth, and then take my bath. Off I go. Sit in the class that looks or sounds boring to me, and then I have to be looking at my time. When will this boring class be over? So that I just get off this place. And so, you know, that particular pressure at that time, I don't know. It's something I have walked through to like balance gradually. I'm still working on it because it's still not easy at all. It happened to me this morning. I woke up this morning like, oh, I have a show this morning. And after this show, I have lecture. Okay, bro, you need to get up and get going. You know, sometimes it can be difficult. And I know a lot of students out there face this same routine. Like, they just wake up and like, God, how am I going to do this? I'm so tired. I wish I can go back to sleep. You know? You're that kind of person, yeah?
Yeah, I love to sleep, I love to eat, and watching series and listening to music.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Okay, so the next question is, what's one thing you can't live without?
Well, it's again one really difficult question, and I think I would like to name two things I find really important in my life. First one is my family, my current family with my mom and my dad, and my future family with my wife and my kids. I think that traditional values are really important for me, and I would like to have my own family. Um, Hope I'm gonna like reach this goal till 30 or something, maybe 35. And my second thing, it would be hard to live without, is music. I love listening to music, and sometimes when I am too sad or I'm really happy, I love to listen to music that suits my mood the most. And I think that music was one of the important things in my life.
Hmm. One thing I think I can't live without is the way I present myself.
What do you mean?
My fashion sense, my smell.
Mhm.
In as much as it costs a lot to take care of human physical appearance, sometimes I don't meet up. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I can still manage. The thing is, growing up, I have I have a very strict mother who, when she asks you to do something, because in Africa we engage in physical um, discipline, like we flog, we beat, and order just to correct a child.
That's how you punish children.
Yeah, but some people abuse it. Some people go to the extreme and all that. But some people will do it with good reasons why they're punishing that child at that manner. So my mom, to an extent, we used to think she went to the extreme when it comes to punishing us and all that. So she's this kind of person. If she perceives anything from you, you are in trouble. So she gave us that upbringing of, if you're smelling, she doesn't mind saying it in the public, maybe in the marketplace or in the shopping mall, you're smelling. And then everybody there will be like, oh my God, why are you embarrassing this young man that way and all that? She's that kind of a person. Now, when I left her, because some later part of my life, I grew up with my elder brother, and then when I left her to live with my elder brother, nobody paid attention to all of those things. It was just me as a teenage boy. So I started my acting career, and I went for an audition sometimes, and an actress told me, a very popular actress in the industry as of that time, and now she's extremely popular now. So she told me, so I was given a monologue to do, and I acted, and I came closer to their table to like express myself and all that. And after acting, she said, the best thing you can do for yourself is go take care of yourself. You smell and you have a bad breath. Now, she didn't just say this, like whisper it to me or something. She said it where other people, both actors, and were there. And I felt really bad. Like, I felt like the ground should open and swallow me. Then I left. I took it upon myself to like, no. In this industry, I'm gonna be a kind of person that everybody will admire so much. They're like, you smell so good. and you carry yourself so well. Now, the little time I spent in the industry as an actor and as a crew member before coming here, I've had different compliments where people tell me, even somebody in this university, I was in the kitchen cooking someday, and one of the students walked up to me and he just passed me, went to his food, he was stirring it, and he said, "Did you use anything?" I said, "No, I've not even had my bath." He said, "You have this nice smell." And I'm like, okay. Now, when I hear these things, I feel happy that, okay, something has changed. Because I paid attention to that particular part of me and I spoke it into reality. Always telling myself, you got to smell good. You got to present yourself well. Try to look for natural remedies that can help with good breath, good body smell. Like I have some remedies, natural remedies like lemons or limes I can rub on my skin just to like, all of those without buying all those chemicalized things and all that. Natural remedies. And then when I just come out of it, like, you look good. When I came here before, I had this oil splash on my face that gave me this spot on my face. Someone asked me, when I told them I am 33 years old, they were like, "You're 33? And your face look this smooth." There are people that use chemicalized things to, this oil syrup on their faces. I don't use those things. Sincerely, I don't use it. Just natural things. Banana, lemon. Like this morning, I had lemon juice. Natural, just squeeze it into my drinking water and I drank it.
So, are you using banana for skincare?
Yes.
Really?
I
know
that.
about cucumbers that you can lay them on your eyeballs, something.
I have used cucumber before. That was many years ago. I don't know what happened. I just stopped. But my favorite has been lemon, lime, banana, pear. I use. Okay, I'm giving people some tips now. But these things are really good, and I don't feel uncomfortable coming closer to people or talking to people. Sometimes, even before talking to people, I try to check my breath. Is it good? Because sometimes we eat things that can actually change our breath, and we're like, okay, you need to reconfirm if your breath is actually good. And because people feel uncomfortable, I can't count how many times I've been uncomfortable on some people, even in class, even in the dormitory, where somebody would just pass me. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? In the industry, irrespective of the job, I've seen actors embarrass a lot of crew members right in front of me. An actor went out and bought roll-on for crew members and gave them one after the other and said they are smelling. That is how bad this can be. So if we can actually pay attention now as a student, these are the things we need to also learn, because you're going into the market tomorrow, you go into an office for an interview, and the person who wants to give you a job is uncomfortable, maybe probably because of that, will not give you the job. People have different reasons. It might not be just because of your qualification and all that. There are things that will, like, if I employ this person, I'll be so uncomfortable in this. In fact, the atmosphere in this company will change based on this person's. So there are people like that. When we pay attention on how we smell, how we present ourselves, our fashion style, it goes a long way. So these are things, something I know that as it is right now, I can't live without it.
So, like, after your childhood experience and that experience with the famous actor, do you still feel insecure?
No.
So now it's totally okay.
It's gone. In fact, it's like sometimes I feel that the way I present myself or carry myself make people feel intimidated. I was confronted 2 weeks ago by my group mate, and he was saying something about what some girls in my group said, and he was telling me as a friend and all that. It bothered me because it was like he it was like a sexual thing. It bothered me. So I'm like, when did I even like? First off, I'm a married man, and I respect my marriage a lot. And I've had conversation with different people that can actually prove it on chat that this guy have always said that he respects his marriage a lot and he cannot do any shit against his wife. I say it anywhere and that is it. So I was wondering, what did I do? How did I? And then last week, I was in the bathroom and that thought came to me and I said, no, I think I am making these people uncomfortable. They feel like they cannot, the way this guy presents himself is so good that they cannot control themselves. And that was what I kept telling myself, and I think that is what it is. So I don't feel intimidated anymore by people telling me you don't smell good, you don't do this. Now I feel I might be intimidating some people. And that's the way I perceive it now.
Okay.
Okay, so number 7, which is the last question, and it goes, what is your deepest fear?
My deepest fear. Well, I think that this answer is going to be really close to you because you're a father now, and as I've previously said, I want to have my own family, and for me, my deepest fear is failing as a father.
Oh wow!
Because I was raised so that as a man, I should provide for my family, for my children, for my wife, and current situation, like political, everything, economical, that house prices are too high, salaries are too low, and there is a trend that all jobs could be replaced by neural networks and artificial intelligence, robots, and it's actually frightening future because you're studying. Currently, I'm 21, almost 22, and just realizing that maybe in 2 years I will be unnecessary for the mankind. There will be a lot of students from China, from India, that are better programmers than me, and finding a job will be really hard. Yeah, I think that I want to be a good father, and I hope that I am a good son. Yeah.
Of course, you are. You know. Okay. From my own end, I have never had the fear of being a bad father or being a bad husband or something. Yeah, I had my lapses. I'm using the word had because when I got married, the first 6 months of my marriage was like tug of war between me and my wife. It was really crazy, you know. At that moment where you were like, okay, we're in it now, and then some shit begin to happen, and I know that. Thank God for some kind of people that are in my life. And seriously, I want to, let me just say a big shout out to my mother-in-law. She has been an amazing mother-in-law. There are some mother-in-laws that you will do some silly things to their daughters and they will tell you, bro, my daughter is going. But she has been an amazing mother-in-law, like so supportive in every angle. Her advice is top-notch. She will say some things you will never believe that. So on that aspect, no, I've never had fear of being a bad husband or being a bad father. Yeah, I might not be able to be meeting up some certain needs presently as it is. In fact, I got married at the worst time of my life when I had a very big financial crisis. That was when I got married. No money, jobs were not coming frequently because, you know, as a filmmaker, you need to depend on whenever producers or directors call you for jobs and other. So I was dependent on that particular jobs at that particular time. So jobs were not coming frequently. I know that, but that was when I fixed my wedding.
How old were you at the time of your financial crisis?
31.
31.
I got married 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it was crazy at that time. People were telling me, my friends were telling me, Guy, how are you gonna do this? I'm like, I will do it. If it will work, it will work. If it will not work, I will just go to church, and then they join me and my wife, and we go home. Must you guys eat food? Must you eat food? Must you do this? But we did it.
Yeah.
And here we are, still going. Now, my biggest fear has been dying early.
Really?
Yes. That has
That's
been my
actually the
biggest fear.
first time I hear it from anyone. Because usually people say, I'm afraid of wolves, of dogs, of insects, but never of dying early. I
No.
think it's just because we are trying to avoid that minds, so
Yeah,
we are ignoring them.
people try to avoid that aspect of them, but the
Mm.
truth is, it comes to them. They think about it. But I am trying to be sincere to myself. I am scared of dying early, leaving my family behind. Now, the reason is, some people don't believe in family genetics.
Mhm.
There are people who don't believe in that. But coming from Africa, where we are spiritual people, we believe in it.
Yeah.
So now, when you have a father who died at early stage of 60 something, and then you have, like, my other brother who brought me up died at the age of 53.
Mm.
So now you have people who died in the family at early stage. Now you begin to tell yourself, I think this runs in the family, dying early.
Was the same reason, like heart attacks or cancer, or different
Heart
ones?
attack, one sickness, or my father died of, I think, heart attack, then stroke.
Mm.
And then my elder brother died of heart disease, kidney disease,
Mm.
the same. And then an uncle of mine died of, some people said it was poisoned,
Poison.
while some said it was kidney failure and all that.
Mm.
So you see, kidney failure, heart attack, kinda a thing that runs in the male of the family, not the
Mm.
females. Now, our wives tend to live longer. Although they made us to believe that in the family we live long. Like, I have an uncle presently, I think he should be 88 or 90 years old presently, and he's still very active. So we have people in the family, they have made us believe that we live long and all that, but somewhere inside of me still tells me, dude, you need to pray against sudden death, dying young. And that has been my biggest fear.
Actually, I do understand that, because I think I've had one moment, and I'm really lucky that I'm not dead by now, because once I've broken my skull, and I had an operation, and it could end up very bad,
Yeah.
but still I am alive and really lucky. I guess that in case you are afraid of dying early, you should take care of your heart, to sport and stuff. There are a lot of medicines that you could take later, and yeah, I think that we are just ignoring the idea that every time we are crossing the road, there could be one drunk driver that will be incapable of pressing stop, and you'll be dead. So yeah, I think we're just ignoring, and well, actually, I would like to avoid such ideas, because like getting up each morning and thinking, I might be dead today. It's the worst mindset you can have. Yeah.
Actually, we're told that you should live your life like you're not gonna live tomorrow. So,
Oh,
so every day that you you meet, you have to live every moment of it. Enjoy that particular day. Then when you see the next day, be grateful. Enjoy. So you live your life like you're not gonna see tomorrow.
yeah. Like
So we
live your
have that
life
notion too.
like it's your last day. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think I've made such reels in Instagram. It's like motivating, but the only thing that stops you from living your life as you want it to be
No?
is money. Because I would love to travel.
Yeah.
I would love to try diving, parachute jump, and a lot of different things. But currently, I'm student. Um, I don't have a job, and yeah, I think that this is the only thing that stops me from living my dream life.
Okay, so guys, we have come to the end of this show. Thank you for sticking with us, and till we come your way again with another student on these same questions. This is 101 with Prince Mose. Bye.